Alright, when I was a newer Care-Aide, there's a super mean UK lady from, I think, Scotland or something like that. Anyways, feisty little lady, just not a nice bone in her body, just real something else. Anyway, she's known for being aggressive. She has purple dots coming out the butt. Like, it's just, she's not nice at all. She won't sit with anyone at lunch. We keep her segregated when she's not being nice. She's just a handful to deal with. Anyways, so not really knowing all of this as a new Care-Aide, I come waltzing in her room. Oh, hey Margaret, how is it going? Just checking on you. Then all of a sudden, a shoe goes flying past my face. I'm like, well shit, alright, you got an arm, because she's like in her 80s or 90s. The fact that she can throw it that hard with a flap against the wall is startling. Especially when you don't know where she is in the room at first, because it happened to be a blind corner. And then she starts telling me, "Did you see the snakes? There's snakes on the ground." I'm like, yeah, Margaret, that's kind of weird. Why do you have snakes in your room? Like, are they pets? Thinking maybe she had a pet snake. I don't know. No, those snakes are together, and that's why she's still in bed, because she's seeing snakes on the ground, and she can't get out of bed because the snakes will, of course, bite her. I'm like, okay, so I pretend to shoo them away into her bathroom adjacent to the bed. I'm like, okay, they're in there, they're good. Do you want to come out for a while? Let's go for a walk or something. Let's get out of the room because it's been hours. Oh, I don't know. I can't do that. What if they come out? I'm like, oh, they're locked in there. They're fine. Let's get an exterminator to come in. But I think it's better if you leave the room in case the snakes somehow come out. Well, I don't know. How about I'll just go to bed? I'm like, okay. So this turned into a kind of awkward situation because I do have to take her out, but she's definitely not going to go. And then she gets real feisty and snappy with me. So I'm like, okay, well, just have a good sleep then. And she throws the second shoe way past my face again. Could have been a perfect headshot, too. With such force, she's like, don't forget to turn off the light, you stupid bitch. I'm like, all right then, see you later. And that was the end. So I go to tell my other Care-Aides, I'm like, hey, she's definitely not coming out, you guys. Also, we need to take away the shoes. She doesn't need shoes. She has like 500 blankets on the bed. How about we just go with that? And they laugh and laugh because they think it's super funny because, oh, the dumb new Care-Aide just didn't know. Because most of them tell you these things, but not always. You forget because there's so many people there. So many quirks, and that's one of those quirks. Super great learning experience. Yeah, that's for sure. Do not underestimate the power of old people and how quickly they can throw things at you. It is startling because she had stick arms. She may have been a fat lady, but damn it, she had those stick arms, and that's where the muscles come from. Somehow, they find the energy. And then it turns out much later on, the same lady somehow falls in her bathroom, breaks an arm, but also when she fell, somehow she severed a pipe on the way down in her bathroom, which then flooded the whole wing and the one below it because it somehow ended up being a massive flood. So of course this happens at night when she happened to get up, and it became a big deal. So not only are we evacuating 24 people from the floor below and above, now we have to get everyone in the hallway. Now they need somewhere to go. Now they're panicking because they think it's a fire and they're going to burn to death. They all escalated so quickly because they don't understand what's going on. They just see when it, like a Care-Aide or two and an RN running back and forth trying to get people out of the rooms as quickly as possible because that, even though it was just a flood, it was rising pretty quickly. It was awful because she happened to sever some kind of line. I don't know what happened. All she came out with was a broken arm and a foul mouth, and that was it. She was okay. No one else was okay, but she was fine. Of course, that's the most important part, according to her. It was startling. I've never seen that before, even now. I've never seen someone sever a pipe, and cause a massive flood. That wing was shut down for months to try and clean up the damage and put everything back. We had a big old grand opening for that wing for them. Everyone got dispersed. They were unhappy for so long. Of course, because they all got mixed up. Now they have to share rooms with each other, and we didn't really have a choice. They can't go home. They don't have the care, or the family isn't there, period. It was hard, and I'm amazed it even happened to begin with. I mean, who falls and severs a pipe? That's just crazy talk. That just doesn't happen, not very often at least. It was startling, and no one liked her after that. For the ones that could remember, they knew it was her somehow, either through chatter, through other carriage, or just listening, or whatever. They know. Yeah, felt bad for those guys, that's for sure.